Well, good morning, everyone. 234, Perella Lewis here with you. We just have a new tornado warning issued for Lawrence County. So let's get right to live Super Doppler 4 radar, show you exactly what's going on. We have been tracking a whole host of storms here throughout the morning, throughout the afternoon. This new tornado warning has just been issued for the National Weather Service, and again, does include Lawrence County. Let's get a storm track on this and show you exactly where this is heading and what you can expect as these very strong winds. By the way, we've had some strong storms with some pretty strong winds that have been coming out of these storms throughout really the morning hours and even into last night. So if you're in White Plains Crossroad, if you're in Milton, if you're in Bush River School, if you're in Kennards, this is heading your way at 240, 241, and 249. This is going to be heading your way. Again, a tornado warning has just been issued. Chris? Yeah, Chris just...
The National Weather Service in Greenville-Spartanburg has issued a tornado warning for South Central Lawrence County in upstate South Carolina until 3 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 2:32 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 11 miles south of Lawrence or near Cross Hill, moving southeast at 50 miles per hour. Hazard: tornado. Source: radar indicated rotation. Impact: flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. This dangerous storm will be near Cross Hill around 2:40 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Other locations impacted by this dangerous thunderstorm include Mountville. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Please report damaging winds, hail, or flooding to the National Weather Service by calling toll-free 1-800-267-8101 or by posting on our Facebook page or tweet it using hashtag #NWSGSP. Your message should describe the event and the specific location where it occurred. Repeating, a tornado warning has been issued until 3 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following county: Lawrence, South Carolina.
In the path of this storm, go ahead and take cover immediately. I'll tell you, if nothing else, we've got some very, very strong winds. These things are cranking as they push to the east right now. What is that, 40, 50 miles an hour, Chris? Can you see?
55 miles per hour right here through Lawrence County, and 60 mile per hour winds. You got that from uptown Greenwood up to the north, but the rotating parts right here in southern Lawrence, right there.
I mean, this is part of a pretty strong cluster here, but they're kind of individually beginning to kind of move out ahead of some of these storms, getting a little bit of tapping into a little bit of extra energy from the atmosphere here. But yeah, he just put a fresh storm track on this, and here we go. White Plains, you are in the path of this storm. Zion Hill Church, you are in the path of this storm. This is crossing over Waterloo into basically Mountville. Milton, this is heading your way. And again, this thing is moving very, very quickly. This is not a slow moving storm. So if you are even, 5-10 miles out ahead of this, you just want to make sure that you, picking up on some rotation here, possible rotation in Cross Hill. Again, along basically Highway 221. Here we go, Highway 39, about to cross over Highway 72 into Mountville. Harris Springs, you're basically on the back side of this. You're still getting some wind associated with it, but again, the possible rotation here, right here, where, we've got a lot of lightning. We've got a lot of lightning everywhere, but certainly, look at all this rainfall, too. Anytime you're in the yellow, you've got the medium amounts of rain. The red, you've got the heavy amounts of rain. It's rain-wrapped. It's very hard to see. So again, you might just be, hearing some thunder or seeing some of this rainfall, but again, inside it, we've got possible rotation here. Look at that. Yep. Yeah, that does not look good, that's for sure. Again, moving into Cross Hill, if you're on Highway 56, if you're anywhere even around this area, just a little bit ahead of the storm, just know this is heading your way. And again, you're likely getting some very strong winds even out ahead of this. So Cross Hill, you are under the gun right now, under a tornado warning until 3 o'clock this morning. We just had a tornado warning just to the west. So basically, this is part of a storm cluster that's left the Princeton area and now moving through Lawrence County. This thing is booking at 45, 50 miles an hour. Chris, look at this possible hail too, just to the south of that. So everybody, I mean, if you are in red or yellow here, you've got some storms going on here. Possible hail. Here we go. Oh, back into Anderson, we saw some hail earlier, possibly getting some hail there, some smaller hail maybe in Greenwood, but again, we are looking at this tornado warning, so please take cover now. If maybe you're watching at home, maybe you're just turning the TV on, if you're upstairs, please go downstairs. If you don't have a tornado plan in place, you want to get away from trees, you want to get away from doors, you want to get away from windows, lowest level of your home. Sometimes a bathroom does the trick. It just depends on what your home setup is. But Cross Hill, this is moving basically right through your area. Again, very rain wrapped. You're not going to be able to see this, but our radar, live Super Doppler 4 radar, picking up on new scans every 30 seconds, is seeing the possibility, very likely rotation. So here we go as we move across Little River Church. This is going to be in your area at 2:45 here, and then at Mudlick also at 2:45. So another 4 minutes or so. The next 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Again, think about a car moving about 50 miles an hour. It doesn't take long, right? And this has got a lot of wind ahead of it. It's got a lot of rainfall ahead of it. And then it's got the possibility of rotation here, still right around Cross Hill. This tornado warning remains in effect until 3 o'clock. Waterloo picking up on some heavy rain as well on the back side of this. Still lots of lightning. You're probably hearing this, by the way. This has got a lot of power to it as it kind of moves into your area. So here we go. Chief Meteorologist Chris Justice kind of working the radar, showing you where that possible notch is and where that possible rotation is. So here again, back along Highway 560. This is pushing into your area. This is the real crux of the storm, the most dangerous part, the possible tornado, as we are picking up on the possibility of some rotation here. Mountville, Cross Hill, you are all under a tornado warning until 3 o'clock. This does extend basically through parts of Lawrence County. Here we go. It's part of a cluster of storms, so he zoomed out for us a little bit here. If you're in Greenwood, if you're in Bradley, you remain under a tornado watch, and you've still got severe thunderstorms going on, but you are not under a tornado warning, but you still have some nasty weather. Possibility of picking up on lots of hail still, even at this hour, even though the atmosphere has been nice and worked over. That severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for your area, by the way, until 3:15. So this is kind of that last nasty line, at least a part of where we're talking about this specific cluster. We could have a little bit more back out to the west, but Elberton, Greenwood, Cross Keys, you are all basically, you've got a lot of storms going on, some heavy, heavy rainfall, lots of lightning, and these winds have been very, very impressive. Anytime you have a severe thunderstorm warning, you have to have either, a certain size hail, or you have to have winds of almost 60 miles an hour or greater. Some of these have been putting down 60 miles or greater very easily, but now with this tornado warning, Cross Hill up until 3 o'clock this morning, heading your way, getting a little bit closer, getting a fresh scan, looking at if there's still possible rotation within this storm. Treat it like it is. Mount Pleasant Church, I'll tell you, you keep coming up here, 2:45. So this is coming into your area in the next minute and a half to 2 minutes. White Plains, Cross Hill, heading out toward Milton. It's going to be just to the south and west of you as far as the possibility of the actual rotation. So tornado warning now until 3:15. So they have extended this because it's basically, we're now going to let this tornado, this possible rotation now move into the next county. So here we go. Tornado warning currently until 3 o'clock, and then already moving into the next county until 3:15. Again, it is moving very quickly. So if you're just waking up, you're in the path of this storm, please go into your tornado tornado plan. Whatever your plan is, get into the lowest level of your house. Get away from the rooms with trees, away from the room at least with windows and doors if you can. The winds out ahead of this have been very strong, by the way, along with inside the storms themselves. So you just want to take cover immediately and treat this as the dangerous situation that it is. Part of a very long line of thunderstorms, kind of a cluster here, moving east. So Mount Carmel 249. Joanna coming your way at 254, Silver Street at 257, and Newberry, it will be heading your way about 259, so just minutes away from all of those places we have just detected. Greenwood, you've got some heavy rainfall right now, possibly a little bit of hail as well, so just nasty storms coming our way, but the ones of concern, of course, are the ones under the gun right now with these tornado warnings. So again, if you were in the path of these storms, where these red boxes are, please take cover immediately. Go ahead and get everybody in your house up, get them downstairs, get them into the bathroom, get them into the basement, however your home is laid out. We want to make sure that you take precautions here. As we take a look, certainly some rotation possible. Getting this fresh scan in here. Cross Hill, Mountainville. Lots of rain moving out ahead of this thing, which is okay. Chris putting a new track on it for us. Thank you, Chris. 245 White Plains. So what is it? 245. So this is moving through your area right now. In the next minute, Mount Pleasant Church. We're going into Milton and then eventually into Woodson School. So this is also heading your way. Very powerful system. Lots of very strong winds inside of this, 60, 70 mile an hour winds. So wind damage very likely. We've been seeing a lot of trees down. We've been seeing a lot of power lines down. Thousands of power outages right now being reported across our area from Duke Energy. So, you know, lots of damage reports. We've got hail damage reports. We've got trees down. But again, the winds are coming at us pretty hard and heavy with these storms. So we've got a tornado warning. Now, this has now left one county, moving into the next county, out just to the south of Newberry here. This is until 3:15, so another several minutes on this particular storm. Back out to the west here, still under that tornado watch for most of us until 4 o'clock this morning. So anytime you have a tornado watch, you're essentially, you know, any thunderstorm that develops could rotate. It's more of a dangerous situation. So that's why we're here watching it for you throughout the night and throughout the early morning hours. Okay. All right. We're going to be back here every hour on the hour. We'll be back, in fact, at 3 o'clock. So in the next few minutes to keep you updated with these systems as they blow through. So for now, we're turning it to our regularly scheduled program, but back with you here in about 13 minutes, if not before.